The matching drag and drop is very similar to the matching item type. In the matching drag and drop item type, a list of prompts will be presented to the student in a column on the left, and then the possible answers will appear shuffled in a column on the right. The student answers the question by matching the objects in the two columns. Let's make one of these items now. The fields for item code and item label are required on all item types, and the item code must be unique. Ensure that these fields are completed. Then provide instructions for the student in the item stem. We're going to create a simple grammar question as our example for this item type. In the item stem, we'll put match the terms with their descriptions by dragging and dropping. Beneath the item stem, we have two boxes with fields in them, the choice box and the option box. In the choice box, we see a column of fields named C1, C2, and so forth, and O1, O2, and so forth in the option box. The choice box is used to create the prompts that will appear in the column on the left, and the options box is used to create the possible responses that will appear in the column on the right. In matching drag and drop, you do not need to have an option for every choice. You may have choices that won't have options as distractors, and you can create more options than you have choices in order to increase the difficulty of the question. In order to create our grammar question, we're going to put our choices in the choice box. We'll start with the field labeled C1 and we'll type walking. In the C2 field, we'll type the word is. We're going to need more choices, so we'll click the Add button twice to create two more fields. In the third field, labeled C3, let's put around. In the last field, C4, let's put explosion. In the option box, we'll record possible responses. In the O1 field, we will record action verb. In the O2 field, we will record the phrase linking verb. Once again, we'll need to create more fields to record our responses. Let's create 3 new fields so we can add a distractor. In the O3 field, we'll put preposition. And finally, in the O4 field, we will put noun. The last field, O5, does not pair to a choice because it's a distractor. It will be left unmatched. Let's put the word adverb in O5 as our distractor. Now we'll need to designate the scores for the correct answers. We can elect to have the test scored on the choice level or the item level. Item level scoring gives a single pass or fail score for the whole question, whereas choice level scoring gives an individual score for each correct match, allowing for partial credit in the event of some wrong and some right answers. In the scoring box, each option is listed under each choice. We need to place a score in each score field to designate how many points a student will get if they match that option to that particular choice. So, in our case, C1 is walking and O1 is the correct answer. We will then put a 0 for all the other score fields under C1. Then for C2, is, the correct option, is linking verb in the O2 field. We'll put a score next to O2 and then put zeros in the rest of the score fields for C2. We'll do the same thing for the remainder of our choices. Our distractor will not receive a score. When you're done assigning your scores, you should select a complexity and a classification according to Bloom's taxonomy levels and save your question. After you click Save, you should be returned to the Manage Items screen. If you remain on the Item Creation screen, be sure to check that all required fields are filled in properly. When your item is successfully saved, you can preview it. Find your item and click the Options icon, then select Preview. This will open a new window which will display your item as it will appear to the students. In preview mode, certain item types will have the correct answers identified, but this will never be the case elsewhere. You can always back out and click Edit to make any necessary adjustments. We hope you enjoy creating more matching drag and drop questions in the future.